And someone else that has been improving drastically every week is Charity Lawson. Last week, Derek says her dance was beautiful and graceful. She did get a 24 out of 30. She was disheartened that she didn't get a 9. And she ended up saying that her most memorable year, aka the inspiration for this week, was a toxic relationship she left due to infidelity. She said there was a lot of effort, but there was no return. She is dancing a contemporary dance to the song Lose You to Love Me by, of course, Selena Gomez. Let's go ahead and take a look at the performance. I mean, Hannah, I'll kick it off to you. I want to get your reaction on this dance.
I love Charity. I love Artem. I think that this dance was very great, very strong. Carrie Ann eventually went on to say that this is going to be the dance that everybody's thinking about and talks about. This will be whenever, if you and I were sitting and having coffee. Oh, you remember season 32? This is the dance that you're immediately going to be thinking of. I really do agree with that. I think that there were a lot of really unique factors that went into this dance. I think the fact of this monkey bar looking thing right here, this jungle gym, I would see this at the park. I love it. I don't know exactly what to call it, but this is incredible. And also the fact that she's just like doing that in her bare feet is incredible to me too. Like I don't know, my feet would be sweating. I don't know how she's able to like get such a good grip with all of the tension and the nerves, even with like being on live TV. She's fantastic for being able to do this. Now, that's where 12 years of cheer comes in handy too, let me just say.
Yes.
But I think that she did such a great job, and I think that this was just a really great dance for her. She was very connected to it. Again, her partner, I think, understood where she was coming from and knew how to physicalize the emotions behind the conflict that she identified and overcame. Really well done, really beautifully done. And finally, we're starting to see the matching of the scores and the dance. Everybody on social media, especially, was so mad for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, I know that Charity and Artem were too, but the internet. So the internet was very upset that the scores were not matching. I feel like this is much more of a match. We are getting a lot warmer here this week with the scores. What do you think, Hippo? Where do you stand with this one?
I was very surprised at the incorporation of those monkey bars, little mini jungle gym set they had on stage, I guess we could call it. She has amazing upper body strength. I mean, she was just flinging herself up and down with those arms and even doing a trust fall
Mhm.
into Artem's hands right off that whole little set of jungle gym monkey bar situation. So, I mean, again, that takes a lot of trust in your partner and just to have to be in sync with them, it really reflects in their performance. So I definitely see the trust and the bond these two have. And it was just so emotional for her. And you can even see at the end when she is listening to the judges' feedback how emotional she is and how she's still recovering just from pouring her heart and her soul all out on the dance floor as it should be, especially in the art of dance. And that just made it more believable and just more passionate. And you can just see it more in her movement. And of course, the judges also had a lot of opinions as well. Derek says they utilized her prop very well, so he agrees with us, and she danced with strength and bravery. Bruno says the visuals of the dance were superb. Charity was getting really emotional at this point, and especially when she was talking to Julianne. She said she left it all out on the dance floor, and Artem pushed her as well. Charity gets a 10 from Carrie Ann and nines from Derek and Bruno. This is the first 10 of the season, and Charity's reaction said it all. And Artem said he did not expect this. Once again, I was not surprised at this score. Her and Sochi are going to be neck to neck, and they are, we saw on the leaderboard. So they're going to be each other's competition. So I think one of them is going to have to really step out of each other's shadow and really try to be the person that puts their foot ahead. And again, I think all of these scores are kind of matching what the judges have been saying. I really wasn't expecting the 10, but Carrie On loved this performance. So I think it was all very well deserving.
I think that the scores were pretty good. I was surprised to hear the 10 because I didn't know where it was gonna go. I thought that that was going to be indefinitely accompanied by other 10s. I think it's more or less the fact that maybe there were 2 nines given. Honestly, at this point, I'm just glad that the judges are waking up to the idea that the scores weren't matching the dances and that a lot of fans were very upset about that. So, also, we're only on week 5. Charity's not going anywhere. She's gonna be here, A,
Yeah.
because she is Charity and she's fantastic and she has beautiful dance ability. So she's gonna be here for a long time because of that. There is a certain element too, I think, where, your fan base really obviously comes in and really supports you with the votes. She's just coming off of the Bachelorette. It's very recent too. I think that she's going to be here for a very long time. And I think when that's at stake, you can wait a little bit longer for the tens at that point. As long as you're in that upper bracket of like that like 8, 9, 10 region, I feel like especially going into next week, I think that those are the people to really keep an eye on, and those are probably going to be the more safer ones for a longer period of time. But yeah, I don't know. I was shocked. I was shocked, not in a bad way. I just thought that it was going to be more tens accompanying the 10. That's what I was hoping for. But at this point and at where we've been, I'm glad to see that we are at this point, and I'm glad to see that they're out of the eights because she's better than an
Yeah.
eight. She is. So I'm glad. I'm very glad.
Yes, they're in the territory of getting 10s, hopefully more on out, especially as they continue in the competition. And again, she's
Mhm.
also someone that I'm sure she's going to get 10s in her near future. Because again, she has been improving so much, so steadily and quickly. So can't wait to see how much more she'll progress in the upcoming weeks.